It is such an honor to have worked with Eddie Anderson for the 16 years I've been at Sequoia. It's hard to believe that he has been on our medical staff for 37 years, arriving in June of 1975.
The hospital had some openings, and I applied with the group and came to meet the people, and it was just a warm, personal place that accepted me immediately. It's never been any different since then.
Eddie has been here at Sequoia during an amazing time in cardiology. Sequoia was a large part of the modern era of cardiology, the development of angioplasty and moving the field forward in many ways, and Eddie Anderson was an enormous part of that.
Dr. Anderson is one of the most compassionate physicians that we have in this organization. He is so dynamic to work with. His patients absolutely love him, and if there's anybody that the staff enjoy working with is Dr. Anderson.
As a physician that refers cases to Eddie, you know that when you call Eddie up that you're going to have absolute perfect care given to that patient. You know his ability to figure out what the problem is and treat it in the most efficient manner is surpassed by no one.
I remember, when first getting to know Eddie, there's such a calm about him. He just makes things so easy and so relaxed, and it made it that much easier for me to get going at Sequoia. I'm very thankful for that.
I remember when I first started working at Sequoia, and I really didn't know anyone, and I would go up to the floor to see a patient, and I would see Dr. Anderson walking down the hallway, and from really the first day that I ran across him, he gave me a big smile and he welcomed me, he introduced himself, and then he always made a point to say hello, and he would stop and chat with me for a few minutes in the hallway as though he had all the time in the world, and it really made me feel very welcome here, and I have always appreciated that.
1 month after I was here, I saw him in the office and he came up to me and he said, "Rob, if there's anything you need as you start your new practice, any help that you need, you can come talk to me, you can ask me anything."
Every time I saw him in the hallways, always a welcoming face, always eager to help if he could, and he's just a joy to work with.
It just felt so good that somebody was there to support me.
Eddie's taken care of my father-in-law, he's taken care of my mother, he's even seen myself at various points.
My personal experience with Eddie is from taking care of my husband to my mother to my family and myself. He has just given this tender, loving care to us. And last year, he saved my sister's life. And our whole family will be eternally grateful for this.
There is a very unique ability of Eddie to communicate on a one-to-one basis with patients. I don't think I've ever seen anyone with better bedside manner, and also the ability to give confidence to the patient. Obviously, you're seeing a cardiologist, you're not seeing them because you think things are going well. And Eddie can put you at ease as well as anyone.
Dr. Anderson and I had the joy, from my standpoint, of working together in patient care back in the 1980s. I was a stroke specialist, and many of my patients, of course, had cardiac problems. And so I had the chance to see him in action at the bedside more times than I'm certain he remembers. Gentle, confident, reassuring, never self-aggrandizing, an amazing man at the bedside with patients and families in extraordinary crisis. And probably again, without him realizing it, he was a mentor for me. I learned a lot at the bedside watching a master at work.
He's the consummate physician, the physician's physician, and just a great all-around guy.
He acts as a friend as he does a physician.
Eddie, I want you to know that your caring spirit with our family will never be forgotten.
It's a joy to work with Sequoia. We will all be at a loss when Eddie Anderson decides to retire in 30 or 40 years.
The Cath Lab loves you, Eddie, from all of us.
May God bless you and yours, and grazie tante.
It's a real pleasure to be able to come to work every day. It's just my home away from home. That's where I feel about it. I really do.